So now's my chance to audition to do a segment on Come On in the Room. I don't know the name of the series that Tabitha and her daughter does, but I want to do it. Come on in the room, I tell you, come on. I'm not Jasmine Sullivan. In the room. Welcome. This is part 3 of my cookbook series where I go through my vegan cookbooks and break them down, deconstruct them and talk about the anatomy of the cookbook and pick out 5 or 10 recipes that I really like that I want to try, breaking them into categories, whether it's an inspirational meal, quick and easy, something for meal prep, something for a party, or something totally new and challenging. And if you haven't picked up on it, today's cookbook is Cooking from the Spirit by Tabitha Brown. All right, so this is going to be a Tabitha Brown appreciation video. I just want to brag a little bit. So this cookbook is autographed. Come On in the Room, autographed. Yeah, I met her. She came to New York to do her book signing for her cookbook, and I met her. We took a picture together. And we talked, and I was like, I want to be like you. I want to be an influencer. I also want to encourage people and do these things. She said, baby, just do it. I'm doing it. This is me doing it. So Tabitha, if you see this, I'm doing it. Hi. I'm also proud of you, if you're watching this, and everything you've accomplished, from the YouTube to your spice line to, I believe by now, your Donna's recipe is in Target, along with your line that came back. So I think now I can get everything because I didn't get everything last time. And I'm going to try it again. I kind of already did my annotations for the cookbook, so I can talk more about it. All right, so we begin with this little dialogue. And it says, sometimes people say to Tabitha Brown, I've never eaten vegan before. As Tab says, have you ever eaten an apple? To that, I say, you non-vegan people, okay, I know it irritates you when we call something chicken or when we call something fish. It's marketing. That's it. When you go to a farm, you don't say, oh, look at that bacon running around. It's a pig. Oh, that's a nice burger. It's a cow. Okay, so it's just marketing. And if it offends you, back to the cookbook. And she mentions, after living with a terrible undiagnosed illness for more than a year and a half, Tab was willing to try anything to stop the pain. Inspired by the documentary What the Health. I watched the documentary too. It inspired me as well. I get it. She tried a 30-day vegan challenge and never looked back. Segue. My vegan journey. I don't recommend the way I started. So I was on tour with the Wizard of Oz, and it was Lent. And I was like, I'm going vegan for Lent while on tour with a skillet in the hotel room. I don't recommend it at all. I mean, I stuck with it, but it was not a good experience for me. And back then, the vegan industry was not what it is today, okay? Also, I went vegan for health reasons. Now, I did not have an undiagnosed illness. I was fine. I was in good shape, but I do have a history of family illnesses. My father passed in 2011. He had a stroke. He was a diabetic. My aunt passed in 99, and she had a heart attack. And it was by far one of the most traumatizing experiences because I watched it happen. But ever since then, even back then, I was like, I'm cutting out pork. I'm cutting out this. And I was just like, screw it. I'm going vegan. So I went vegan. And here we are, 8-9 years later, I'm still in here. So I ended up getting my nutrition certification in 2018 through ISSA and my personal training certification through ISSA in 2019. I don't use either one of them. I'm just the type of person who, if I'm going to learn something or know about something, I want to know the nitty gritty, okay? Don't come to me, ask me for any consultations on that because I'm going to look at you crazy. I learned it for me. I haven't applied it, but... hence this series. So back to the cookbook. One thing I love about this cookbook already is that it's full of color, personality, everything Tabitha, but it's also family centered. And I love that in a cookbook. She says, to my fans who continue to love and support me in the kitchen, thank you. This is for you. This is for us. This is for us. The content. So she gives an introduction, and then we have a breakfast and brunch section. We have pizza and good stuff, burgers, sandwiches and tacos, appetizers and sides, main dishes, soups and salads, sweet treats, and fresh juices. And then it's like a little bonus. There's a menu for gathering section, and then a universal conversion chart, which is important. Because as a vegan, if you try to skip, it's like, oh yeah, I can eyeball it. I'm going to trust my ancestors. I'm going to trust them, but I'm going to also trust these measuring cups, okay? Because you think you're making pancakes and it turned out like cupcakes because you decided to wing it. See how that turned out? Don't do that. Trust the measuring cups. They're there for a reason. Introduction. She breaks down what does it mean to eat vegan, transitioning the family to veganism. She talks about that a lot. And then Cooking from the Spirit, how to use this book. She gives some tabs, kitchen tips, and she includes a section for pantry and the fridge, spice and dry herbs. I'm going to go through my spice cabinet at one point because she has a lot of things in here that are essential, aka black salt. This don't taste like eggs. You need black salt. It ain't black, though. It's pink. And then equipment, she talks about air fryer, food processor, blender, slow cooker, and juicer. Those are what I consider the bare minimum for cooking anything. So let's look at chapter 1. We have breakfast and brunch. She has sausage scramble, her carrot bacon recipe, pumfu scramble, sweet potato avocado toast, sweet potato hash browns, cheese grits with sausage, and some other stuff. So from this chapter, I would like to try the sausage scramble. I'm not doing the carrot bacon. The oatmeal banana pecan pancakes. That's a love language. Pancakes are a love language with the crispy edges. Yeah. And then skipping on to the pizza chapter, that was it that I want to try from that one. I want to do the flatbread veggie pizza with pineapple. Pineapple does belong on pizza. And then the next recipe was a sausage lover's bagel pizza. This right here is like an inspiration one because it'll serve as the base. There's another cookbook I'm going to get to that has homemade pepperoni. So I want to make my own homemade pepperoni and then add it to this. Stuffed spaghetti squash. Shout out to my friend Sierra. She used to make some really good spaghetti squash before she moved to Denver. But I want to make this because it's like, look at this. Like, the opportunities are endless with this recipe. So it's another inspiration. And then we have a Philly cheese fake hoagie on one of them pretzel buns I be talking about. I ain't got my pretzel buns yet. And the store I went to, they stopped selling them. So moment of silence for my missing pretzel buns.
Moment of silence.
Thank you. So the next one is the raw cheesy pecan tacos. Inspiration, the foundation is the pecan meat. Learn how to make that. I can spruce it up, do a little razzle-dazzle here and there. And then we have the saved eggs, aka angel eggs, aka vegan deviled eggs. I tried to make these. It was only the devil in those eggs. I picked up the wrong mushrooms. That was my fault. And then moving on, we have the spicy tuna roll. I'm still in my kimchi kick, so I definitely want to make this and eat it with some kimchi. Super healthy, no soy in this, so I can make that work. And then the next one is the seafood salad, aka crabless salad. This would be a party dish. Okay, I'm a flex. You know, you got to put smoked paprika on top, but I'm a flex with it. It's like, yeah, I brought crab dip. It's vegan though. Y'all go eat it. Thanksgiving dressing. I'm determined this year to make Thanksgiving meal for myself because I'm not taking it nowhere. And then the nachos. Look at these. I always go to this restaurant called It's spelled Jajaja, and I get their nachos. But if I can make these at home, it's a wrap. I'm gonna still go support y'all because I like y'all sangrias. But if I can make this at home. And the last one is the vegan barbecue meatballs. So those are a few that I want to try. I'm not a big soup person. Okay, I always equate soup to sickness unless it's a hearty lentil soup. I can do that. Now, she does have some amazing desserts. I didn't mark them all because I want to try them all. But I will say the lazy peach cobbler and this chocolate banana toast. Speak to my heart, Holy Spirit. I want to try both of those. And then I just want to tell you about this one last section before we wrap up. Menus for gatherings. So she gives you the options for a game day menu, a Valentine's Day menu, Mother's Day brunch, Memorial Day, Juneteenth, 4th of July, Labor Day, any other special holidays, and weeknight dinner. So overall, I give this cookbook a 9.5 out of 10, only because it doesn't include macronutrients. I like cookbooks that have macronutrients, but the conversion chart at the back of this is clutch. Like, I would even make a copy of this and put it on my wall in the kitchen, because I ain't perfect. I Google everything. Anyway, I hope you go out and support Tabitha and everything she's doing. Don't take all the spices and the food this time. Okay, let me get it first, and then you can go and support. Thanks for watching. Till next time, make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Subscribe to the newsletter. It'll be coming out very soon. Thank you.